Happy holidays. Hey, it is Christmas right now. Right now. It is baby Jesus' birthday. And I want to wish everyone that's watching this a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you may celebrate. I hope it was a good one for you. And I have a battle for you against my good buddy Chris. He's been on the channel many a times before. He's definitely a great battler. He is in the midst of creating his own YouTube channel called Raichu. And I'll put his link in the description. I'm not sure if he has any videos out yet, but the way that he battles and his skills, I'm sure anything he posts you guys are going to enjoy. Dude definitely knows what he's doing. But today we have an RU battle that we decided to have. I'm going to be running with a Rotom Cut, Hitmonchan, a Skrillex, but it's not the Cosmic Power. You guys know me better than that. I'm not going to run that kind of set. It's actually a Life Orb set with Psyshock, Ancient Power to pretty much fish for some boosts, and Air Cutter, or Air Slash, I believe, with Roost. So that set is actually interesting. I haven't really been too successful with it, so I'm still waiting for kind of to break through. Also, I have El Presidente, my Kingdra, which I use once in a while, and I'm actually a big fan of this set. But for some reason, I just don't use it that much. Also, I have a nice wall core of Rhyperior and Mantine. Mantine has an Assault Vest. I do have a 4x weakness to the both of them, which I honestly didn't realize until I rewatched the battle. I was like, that was a horrible idea. I didn't even have like a Sap Sipper or a Grass type Pokemon with me. But putting the team together, I did have the Skrillex with me. So if they wanted to go for a Grass move, I could have switched that in. And oh, I do have a Grass type, Rotom. So never mind that. I could have switched into Rotom and or the Skrillex if they had any kind of Grass attack. Chris's team, he's got a Registeel, which I'm assuming is going to be his Stealth Rock. You know, what's that move? Seismic Toss. The Hitmonlee scared the hell out of me because I know that it's probably going to be fake out Normal Gem and just run through my team. Luckily, I do have one form of priority on my team, and that is Hitmonchan with the Mach Punch. So it's very important that I keep him around. The Jolteon is going to be a problem. I know HP Ice is going to be there, so Rhyperior isn't going to wall it. And then my Mantine is 4x weak to the Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch. So my only counter to that really is going to be my Rotom, so I need to keep that around. Also need to keep Rotom around for the Jellicent, which Jellicent is going to be a problem as well because my Scald does nothing to it from the Mantine. It completely walls my Rhyperior. I can't really do anything to it because I'm 4x weak to water. Really, the El Presidente, she can do a little bit of work to it, but nothing to be super effective, and it probably has a Will-O-Wisp and Scald to shut me down. So I'm running a physical set. Skrillex really can't touch it. Completely walls Hitmonchan. Mega Pidgeot is going to be a little bit of an issue, but I do have my Rhyperior to help me deal with that. And Pangoro is now a monster now that the fact that it gets knockoff and Drain Punch. So it's definitely setting up to be a very good game. So we're just going to get right into it. Now, I figured my best thing to lead off with is just going to be Rotom. If I like the matchup, I can stay in Will-O-Wisp, Thunderbolt. If I don't like it, I can Volt Switch out. But I do need to be careful with my Volt Switch because I'm pretty sure that his Jolteon has a Volt Absorb, so I don't want to give it any kind of boost and be stuck in here with an HP Ice. So he does lead off with Pangoro. I'm just going to stay in, and I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp because I know I can live any one hit, and then cripple the Pangoro if he wants to stay in. Or if he wants to switch into the Jolteon, predicting my electric move, I will be able to burn that and just help whittle it down. So now here he's going to go for the HP Ice because it is going to be super effective on my Rotom. And it's going to be super effective on my Rhyperior if I would have chose to switch it in. But I opt to just go for the Leaf Storm here. Get some really nice damage off on it because I don't want to go for Volt Switch. I don't want to give him any kind of initiative. So that's going to be good. And now he's down in Revengeable range to where Mach Punch will be able to take him out easily. And I still can't go for the Volt Switches or anything because I don't want to get his health back up. So I'm actually going to hard switch out here as he's going to switch as well. He's going to go into Mega Pidgeot. I end up bringing in my Hitmonchan in case he wanted to attack. And this is a horrible matchup for me. So now he's going to get a free Mega Evolution off and he's going to be able to attack me. I'm just going to go straight into Titan. This is my bold-natured one with the Assault Vest because I figured I'd rather run bold so I could take like any kind of physical fighting attack if like when I'm matched up with Rhyperior as my wall core, and then retaliate with whatever. And this Hurricane actually does a lot more than I thought it would. So now just in case he wanted to switch into something else or wanted to just for some reason stay in, I ended up just going for an Ice Beam. The Jellicent is going to eat that up beautifully. I barely did even like 5% to it, and it's just going to completely nullify the fact that I even attacked with the leftovers and get right back to full HP. So now I don't want to stay in. He really can't touch me outside of a Will-O-Wisp, and I can't really touch him outside of, you know, like Air Slash or an Ice Beam, which aren't going to do anything. So he predicts a switch out. He's going to end up going for the Will-O-Wisp, or not, maybe not even predicting a switch out, but just to help whittle down my wall anyway. So now he's going to end up switching out here, possibly predicting my Volt Switch or my Thunderbolt, bringing in his Jolteon. Even if he just brings in the Jolteon, I'm going to go for Leaf Storm, and that is going to drop my special attack down by 2 stages, so I'm not really in the greatest position right now either. But now that the Jolteon is gone, I'm free to Volt Switch around his team. So that's a very nice plus, because now I'll be able to free Volt Switch to get my momentum back. I can Volt Switch here, I can Thunderbolt there. So here I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I can Volt Switch, get out of here against a Jellicent that really does absolutely no damage. And now I got to see what do I want to go into against this guy. So I'm actually going to go predicting the Will-O-Wisp, go up into my Sigilyph, take that because I know with my Magic Guard it's not going to, you know, whittle me down at all. And now I really don't have anything to hit this with at all. So I'm going to have to switch out here because what am I going to do? Side Shot, it's resisted. Am I going to Ancient Power it? No, because getting the boost against this would really not benefit me at all. Now, he realized that I probably can't touch him, and he actually goes for a double Willow and ends up catching my Rotom here. And I was like, oh man, alright, well, that's not too bad, but I want to keep Rotom around as long as I can because he's pretty much my only answer for this Jellicent. Now, I figured here I can either go for a Will-O-Wisp, I can go for a Thunderbolt. I want to go for Thunderbolt. I want to gauge how much the damage is going to do. It doesn't do enough, and he's checking by going for Recover. He's going to realize that, you know, I really can't touch him that well either. So now I want to go for a Will-O-Wisp here so I can help whittle him down. I want to try and nullify his leftovers and have him pretty much bank on Recover, and then slowly but surely whittle him down with Thunderbolts and Volt Switches. So I'm going to end up going for a Will-O-Wisp here. He reveals that he has the Hex. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, if you're statist, Hex does like double the amount of damage, and I believe it does like maybe base 120 if you're status, something ridiculous. It might even be more. I don't know what the base is. It may be like base 60. Now, him predicting my Will-O-Wisp here, he's actually going to go out into his Mega Pidgeot. Ballsy play because I am super effective on him, and I'm going to actually go for the Volt Switch here because I don't want to go in and stay in and be whittled down by Recover and the burn damage. So I'm just going to Volt Switch out, which is really nice. I'm going to go right into Rhyperior and try and threaten out this Mega Pidgeot. So he's actually going to go for the Roost here, possibly, you know, just checking out what I'm going to do. I could have gone for Sub, I could have got my Stealth Rocks up. I'm actually going to go for Rock Blast here, and Rock Blast is actually going to hit. And now I get 1 hit, I get 2 hit, and then I get 3 hits. I'm like, alright, maybe we can get 5. I get 4 hits. Now he's getting even lower. I was like, can the 5th hit? We actually get 5 hits on Rock Blast. Take out the Mega Pidgeot, which is very nice because Mega Pidgeot is definitely a threat. And we take it out. I was absolutely floored because usually my Rock Blasts get like 2 hits or they just completely miss. Now, taking out a huge threat like that, he's not here to play around. Now, he brings out the Jellicent. He's just going to go straight for Skull because he wants this thing to die. It's very, very critical that I keep Rhyperior alive because it's the only thing I have that can wall that Hitmonlee. I eat up the Scald with my Mantine. Now I could switch out, go into my Rotom, predicting the Will-O-Wisp here, get a little bit of Lefty's recovery, but it really doesn't do too much just for the fact that the burn is going to end up taking it back down anyway. So that was very nice, you know, try to play around that. Now he's going to withdraw the Jellicent here, and I believe I go for a Will-O-Wisp, just trying to will it down. Oh, I go for a Thunderbolt. I just go for a Thunderbolt, just straight out attacking. Now that he has the Registeel in, I know he's going to end up going for Stealth Rocks because what else is he really going to do? So I'm going to take advantage of this, and now I'm going to Will-O-Wisp him, which is going to help bring him down. Hopefully he's not like a rest set, but even if he is, I'll force him to go for a rest, which he probably would have Chesto Berry anyway, because I'm not seeing any kind of leftovers. So he is going to end up setting the rocks. Now here, an intricate plot had gone into my mind, and I need to keep Rotom. Because I need to keep him for fodder later on, because my plan was if I can send out Rotom on the turn that he goes for Fake Out, I'll completely nullify his Unburden boost. So that was the plan. Now I'm going to keep Rotom. He's going to stick with me back on the bench. I'm going to end up bringing out my Rhyperior here because I figure I could either scare him out with an Earthquake. I don't believe that the Seismic Talk will be able to break my sub. So he's going to go for Seismic Talk. It doesn't get cut down from the burn. It ends up taking away 50 HP every single time. And here I was unsure. I was like, all right, you know what? That did a decent amount of damage. I really need to keep Rhyperior at a very good amount of health to end up taking a close combat or a high jump kick, whatever that the Hitmonlee has. So I'm actually going to switch out here, and I figured, hey, I'll just go into my Sigilyph. Now, if I go into my Sigilyph, I was fishing for boosts here, because I figured if I get enough boosts, it'd be nice. I'll get, you know, the attack boost, special attack, special defense, special, all that, the speed. If I go for Ancient Power, I know it's resisted. I know it's heavily resisted. It's a Registeel. He's got a beautiful defense. He's probably running max HP. So he realizes that he's going to go for the Seismic Toss. That's not going to be enough to end up taking me out here. And he's going to be whittled down. And I could also stall him out with my Roost if I really needed to, because he didn't show me any kind of arrest or anything yet. I've only seen the Stealth Rock, and I've only seen the Seismic Toss. So now he's actually going to go into Pangoro here on my Roost, possibly predicting a Psyshock or anything. But at this point, I don't know anything about this Pangoro. Here, I find out very fast that this is a Scarf Pangoro, which I should have known, because I know that, well, I guess I not should have known, but I feel like it's one of the more common sets. Now, here I'm going to go into Titan. This is my defensive Mantine, so I figured I could probably take a knockoff pretty well, and I can retaliate with an Air Slash, because it's going to be super effective. And if he's going to be running a Choice Scarf set, then he's not going to have all that bulk. And I know it does have a shitload of HP, but I know that its defenses are like moderate. I think they're like around 70. And I thought after my item was knocked off, I could have been able to live a second knockoff, but that's not the case. Now he's going to bring in I'm going to bring in my Rhyperior, and I figured if he knocks me off, I can get a sub up. And he shouldn't be able to break my sub the second turn, because his knockoff is not going to be doing as much, because I wouldn't have an item. That was the plan originally, but he actually ends up switching out into his Registeel here. I get a free substitute up, which is perfect. I have Rhyperior behind a sub, which is pretty scary. Now, he is going to be able to outspeed me, and he is going to be able to go for the Seismic Toss here. But the beautiful thing is, it's not going to be enough to break the sub. So that means that whatever's left on his team has to try and break my sub, and I'm going to get a free Earthquake on off whatever I'd like. So the Earthquake is going to be able to take out the Registeel, and he's not messing around. So I know he's going to go out into the Jellicent, because first of all, my Mantine has now been deceased, which I can't use my Water Absorb anymore, and I'm 4 times weak to that, and he's figuring Earthquake probably isn't going to do that much. I don't have any, real attack investment in this. I have like 4 in attack. This is strictly a wall. So he's going to break my sub, but I'm going to get a free Earthquake off. And now, after this Earthquake, I'm kind of stuck in a little bit of a predicament. Do I stay in an Earthquake again? Depending on max min rolls, am I going to be able to knock him out? Possibly, but I don't know if he's going to overpredict. And even if he does overpredict and goes for a Will-O-Wisp, then I'm screwed, and I really need to keep Rhyperior around. So I'm going to make a play here. I'm going to go into El Presidente and hope that they go for a Scald and that they don't get the burn. So the prediction is correct. They go for the Scald, so that's why I didn't stay out. But they get the burn. I am running a physical Kingdra, so this is really a bit of a problem, because now they just pop my Lumberry. But I'm going to make a risk here, and I need to go for Outrage. I can't Dragon Dance. I can't do any of that. I figured my best bet is let me just go for Outrage. Hopefully it'll be able to kill, because obviously this Jellicent is especially defensive. It lives on like 1 HP, gets a Will-O-Wisp off, and I was like, oh man. Alright, now I'm in a really big pickle, because if my Outrage lasts for more than 2 turns, then he's going to get that Unburden boost off. And I'm not sure if my team can really handle that, because I don't know if my Hitmonchan can OHKO with a Mach Punch from full HP. So he's going to bring in his Hitmonchan here. I'm going to Outrage, and actually I was very impressed with this. For a burnt Kingdra, that does a lot of damage to this Hitmonlee. Now, luckily for me, I'm going to end up getting confused here. So I will be able to free switch out, and now I can go back into my intricate plot, go into the Rotom, fodder it off, hoping that he'll end up going for the Fake Out. Now, he doesn't go for the Fake Out, and I didn't know what kind of set he was. At this point, I was like, maybe he's some kind of Scarf set. Maybe he's a Bandage set. I don't know. But here's another situation, because even though the Jellicent is at so low of HP, I looked it up after it on damage calc. A Fire Punch and Ice Punch only do like, I think max like 10% on this Jellicent. So I went for the Mach Punch because I'm not trying to mess around with this Hitmonlee by any chance at all. So I go for the Fire Punch. It is going to be enough to take it down because I do have the Iron Fist boost, and I also have the Life Orb, I believe. Now he's going to bring the Hitmonlee back in. I'm like, alright, what's he going to do? He ends up going for the normal gem Fake Out. Now, luckily for me, he's at a range of health to where I can't... Well, I will be able to revenge kill him with the Mach Punch. And now his last Pokemon is actually going to end up being the Pangoro, and we know that he's Scarfed. And at this point, Mach Punch is going to be able to take him out as well because he is at low enough health thanks to the Sigilyph doing the Air Slash. So that's going to be the Christmas battle this year. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a bit of a long one, but definitely a good one. All Chris's battles are mentally superior, I guess you could say. It definitely takes a lot of thought, and he makes the good plays. So I will leave a link to his channel in the description below. Hopefully he'll get some videos out soon. I promise you're not going to be disappointed because the man knows what he's doing. Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed your holiday and your family, and stay tuned for more ORAS Wi-Fi battles. Peace.